Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Misano. We did have some server issues with a reset, but things have been resolved. We're starting 15 minutes later than normal. We have a delay of 15 minutes while we see iDodo having a little spin and enjoying himself as a lawnmower today. We are at Misano on the Adriatic Sea, the east coast of Italy, northeast coast, and on the other side of that Adriatic Sea we have Croatia and Italy itself plus Albania. We always make jokes about Croatia taking the whole coastline of the Adriatic Sea and a bit of the Mediterranean Sea, but I have actually been to Slovenia, and Slovenia is being robbed by any sort of coastline by Italy itself and Croatia. Nonetheless, we are here at Misano for a 30-minute starter race today with 6 minutes of qualifying left and practice, 6 minutes of practice and 15 minutes of qualifying, and then we are in for 30 minutes of Misano today. Temperature of 24, track temp 32, track temp being very hot. That's gonna be hard on the tires. A very fast flowing track with technical corners and technical sections. We will be watching today with all eyes peeled. We have a full lobby, as we can see, ladies and gentlemen. We are not with 25 racers today. We are not with 30 racers today. We are not with 35. We have 40 people. You hear that right, 40 racers on track Misano today on this hot European summer evening. At the moment we have Manu Suzuki, who we've seen before, with a 135.3 in P1, but I'm guessing we are gonna see 34s, 33s in the coming minutes. I hope you all had a great day. I hope you're all enjoying the streams. I hope you're all enjoying XCL in general. We are excited as always to host another race. Some of you might have seen it, some of you might have not seen it. I will be racing myself. Kyalami Sunday is gonna be a 100% attendance from my side, so anyone waiting for the Kyalami broadcast this weekend, upcoming weekend, I'm gonna have to disappoint you all. I will be racing myself. In the meantime, I'm broadcasting Misano today. I'm thinking about joining Misano myself tomorrow and doing a stream afterwards. So some guys might see me on track. Some guys might just watch the broadcast of a different race tomorrow. But today we are at Misano with Manu Suzuki in P2 at the moment, being bested by, and let me pronounce that name really good, Mini Mehuntom, who just had Cross Racer break his time by about 700. We have Cross Racer in P1, 34.7, with the fast guys doing 33s, I believe, 32s. I might be mistaken, but that's what I have seen in a previous GTMR race hosted by Mr. Marshall Moss. And I just want to say it again, if you haven't been following the GTMR, it's an off season right now. I think they're starting this weekend or next weekend. They're starting up, or next week or the week after, but the coming week I believe GTMR is having its first race of the new season. So if you haven't followed Mr. Marshall Moss, I can put a link in the description if you all like, but Mr. Marshall Moss is a racer, XCL racer, very fast all around, and a great broadcaster. So if you like championships, if you like good commentary, and if you like action, you definitely have to follow him. I will be switching to Mr. Craft Racer, being just 300ths of a second behind at the moment, with Mini, Mehun and Craft Racer switching positions of P1 and P2 at the moment. Also on today's race we have a real life friend of mine, and I just want to give him a little shout out. I am gonna go to his house after this race. I'm going into my car or walking. It's on walking distance. This guy is driving with a sky livery. If there's anything we don't want to see people driving, is cars with a sky livery. No, that's just personal opinion, guys. If you want to drive a sky livery, that's all your choice, but that's just personal preference. And Mr. Bassivrucht is a real life friend of mine. I've known him for about over 30 years, and real great guy, real relaxed guy, and he will be in this race tonight. Walking distance is about 10 minutes from my own house, or the broadcasting room, as I would like to say. In P23 at the moment. But we have iDodo in P1, 34.4, 2/10 ahead of Mini Moon, and Craft Racer 2.5 tenths behind. As we do see a Mercedes backwards into the grass. A Mercedes, a BMW of course. That's the stuff I think about a lot being a broadcaster. Let's speak in the I form, because it's nobody else's business, or I don't speak for everyone, but having to react fast to different kind of things, you get brands wrong, you get names wrong, you're trying to explain what's happening. English is not your native language, so you might hear me saying some stupid things, but I do mean it. I do want to say to you all, I do my best, and I want to give you the best, and we can, even though I'm saying things wrong, I hope you all understand. I'm trying to explain it to you the correct way. But as we are in the pits, we're gonna be looking for different people with practice being done, all people on track, still having a lap to go, but if they invalidate, practice will be over regardless. So as soon as the last guy, and I am gonna stand up and walk towards the television for number 317 and number 5 being the last on track. 317 is Mr. Tam, Tam. One of the last guys. There's only one guy behind him with car number 5 being Mr. Samuel. With a 3.3 behind, is running a 137.8. If the sound is not working, let me know. If the stream is not working correctly, let me know. We do want to give you the best experience as we look at the pit lane with all guys leaving pit boxes and going onto the track. And I'm pretty sure iDodo is one of the first, I was gonna say, but is actually the first on track. And like always, it's a standard thing we do. We are following the first guy out of the pits for his warm-up lap, and then his first hot lap around the Misano track. if you are able to react in chat. Do we want to see a TV cam first hot lap as soon as he starts up his first quali lap, or do we want to have a heli cam, a cockpit cam? What do you all like to see? I'm gonna be trying to be as interactive as we can today. If you like to see a certain image in today's broadcast, just let me know in the chat. Of course, we do want to see the battle, so if you're gonna be saying my best friend is Ghost Navigator, I don't want to blame Ghost Navigator, I'm sorry, I don't want to blame you, but if we have people in the chat saying my best friend is this or that person, I do want to see him drive. Like, we do not want that, but if we're having a battle and you'd like to see another point of view, I would like to give you the best experience possible. So just let me know and we will try and fix that with iDodo and another guy having a little moment while iDodo started his hot lap. Hello 13 Devils! I hope you're surviving the heat, I hope you're happy, I hope you enjoyed today, and do grab a drink because it's hot, it's humid, and we are in Italy tonight. As we see someone in the background collecting some gravel onto his front splitter. Always fun to have some gravel on your splitter. You do hear it for a couple of meters and a couple of seconds while you're driving off. It's almost like real life. That I won't be making any weird sounds because I don't want to interpret it. But iDodo coming up on the last corner, and let's see what kind of lap he is pulling today. 1:34.3 I believe in practice. What's he gonna be running with now? No time yet. He does have a time, 1:34.7. So we do know he is able to go 4/10 faster at least with a possible push lap of 1:33.9. And maybe even faster. Good evening, David. Thank you for joining today again. I love seeing guys who are regulars. I do love seeing new guys. I do love everybody watching the stream. Even if you're not a part of XCL, you help us have a great stream. We do of course like interaction with everybody, like we do on Discord, like we do on the website, on the stream. Very nice to see familiar faces and new faces alike. We have Craft Racer in P1 at the moment with a 1:34.698 and iDodo just under 300s behind, and then we have a gap of almost 7/10. But quali isn't over yet, and we will be seeing a couple of more 34s, track limits, going wide, everybody finding their quali position, quali space. Yeah, quali pace is important. Like, there might be a slower guy in front of you, you might have a gap behind you, you might wanna, it's not allowed to slow down, of course we all know it, it's the rules, you're not allowed to slow down last corner. But if you're in the middle of your lap and you're chasing a guy that's slower, if you can just feel the pace of the guy behind you, don't slow down completely, just drop your pace, shift up a little bit faster, just relax a little bit, and you'll have enough of a gap probably to get another push lap in. It's one push lap lost, but on the other hand you're gonna have free air the whole next lap. But do not stop. It's just like F1 and what we see on F1. We all like F1, we all like GT racing in real life, the 24 hours, mixed racing, multi-classes. Do not, in the last 2-3 corners of a lap, slow down, stay on the racing line, or in general, because people will be having moments like the back end stepping out, understeer, touching the grass. Everybody that's pushing is gonna be already on the limit, and if they're gonna have to react to you driving slowly in the last couple of corners, that's always gonna be chaos. So I just wanna say again, I'm not a steward. I don't apply the rules, but it's just a general feeling of racecraft. As we do see, we set a 133.9 for iDodo or possible other people. Close to being a 133.9, close to having that inside is iDodo. I think I've seen the fastest guys around here, and if I'm mistaken, I think some people have been doing 33 lows, 33 mids, 33 fours, something like that in the past. But we're here today and we're not talking about the past because we're living in the now. iDodo P1 with Cross Racer just 600s behind, and then a gap of 2.5 tenths by Gambled Jungle. Mini Moon in the black on black McLaren chasing with 5.5 tenths, 5.6 tenths behind. We see Kutorm P7 at the moment. This might be, Kutorm is normally a midfield driver, and I'm not blaming him, I'm not shaming him, but Kutorm is possibly on his favorite track today. Just judging by the split times. We do see True Gamer, we see Xbox Live Player, and we do see El Criso from yesterday having a great battle with Mr. Slins. Mr. Slins not being around, so El Criso might be happy today to have a little bit less pressure than yesterday. We do see Pretty Ugly 69, a very active member of XCL in the Discord. We do have, and I just want to call him out, Manguela Cervera. Had a nice little chat, just a confirmation of a little joke I made, and him enjoying the broadcast. I do hope more people enjoy the broadcast. But a great guy, Spanish from what I believe, and Manguela Cerveza was not that far-fetched. Then we have my IRL friend, Mr. Bassie Vrucht, and I am gonna ask him to change his livery, but for now he's in the pits. He is not important. I'll tell him that right away. If you wanna have airtime, you gotta be racing and you gotta be out of that pit lane. With iDodo 133.8, so we are in the 133s. iDodo being the only one at the moment. We will be watching Cross Racer so I can catch my breath and see what he is gonna be pulling today with this lap. Still 2/10 behind, but getting closer, closer. But 133.8 might be too far for Mr. Craft Racer. We do have Mr. Gamble Jungle in the pits at the moment. Let's see who is in the pits. The pits is pretty empty. We have what I believe is El Crizo in the back over there. Let me look up El Crizo. Where is he at in the split? El Crizo having done a 9/10. It's a 134.7 on Misano at the moment for El Crizo. And we do have Gamble Jungle in the pits and Mini Mehun. What I said, in the black on black McLaren, chasing for a possible P3 start. He's just 1.3 tenths behind P3, so if he can connect it all, he might be just jumping towards P2. I think a gap of 5 tenths is maybe too much, but a possible P2 start is up for grabs. Idodo, I did see what happened. You had your warm-up lap. You started your first quali lap, and there was one guy that stayed on the racing line, and I believe you guys had a little bit of contact, and he went wide and he unsettled your car, or maybe even invalidated your first lap. But yeah, we did notice because we always follow the first guy out on track for his warm-up lap and his first hard lap. That's pretty wild. I will have to watch back T1 from the broadcast. It looked like he was on the line. You were just outside him, and he just wouldn't move. He was just on the line before you. Do you start from the back? I don't know. You have about 2 tenths on P2 at the moment on quali time. So unless P2, P3, P4 have incidents in the race, you might be having a hard time going to the front. There's 40 people in the server today, so I'd give you a massive props if you can manage to go from P40 to P3 today. I'll give you a special shout out in the Discord tonight. So I'm just trying to negotiate a very big comeback over here. I don't know. Let's say it like this: if you go from P40 to somewhere in the top 10, that's gonna be a good result. If you can manage to make it to the podium, at one point in our lives, we will be drinking a beer together. That's gonna be the deal today. And everybody heard it. We have witnesses. That's gonna be the deal. P10 is all right. P3 today, starting from the back, is a beer together, IRL. As we see Craft Racer taking P1 with a 34-0 because Idodo has disqualified himself, starting from the back. Well, Idodo, P5 maybe, P3 maybe, P10. I do want to say that P3, and I'm not joking, is gonna be an IRL beer. You're either gonna come to Holland or I'm gonna be going to France with my amazing French accent. Nobody will know I'm from the Netherlands. I'm gonna be practicing. With quali being done and a couple of guys left on track, we do see Mini Mahoon on a last try to snatch P2 from to snatch to snatch P2 from Gamble Jungle. As I'm looking at the chat, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. But we do have car number 720, Mr. Kutorn being the last to cross the finish and starting in P10. So we have our top three, Mr. Mini Mahoon, who improved himself by driving a 134.0. That was a great last lap. Craft Racer in P2 and Gamble Jungle P3 for our Misano Starter Event. I hope you're all gonna be enjoying. We will, of course, like always, go into the helicam for the start of the race, and I'll be trying to explain Misano a little bit in the warm-up lap. As we take a look at my beautiful Aston Martin interior. I already said it to the people joining later on the stream. Tomorrow there is gonna be a possible Misano race for myself. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna do it, but I am gonna try, and I do wanna get, of course, in the 34 high or 35 lows. I don't think it's gonna be impossible, but I am a little bit rusty because we have been starting up this broadcast. I have been focusing on the broadcast. We did want to start it right, so racing is my passion. I have been racing for the last 15 years, starting out with, or maybe even longer, starting out with Forza Motorsport 2, Forza 3. I've been a real big Forza guy. I have always liked F1. GT racing, 24 hours, not always able to see everything, but racing cars in general, I'm a car guy. It's a passion of mine. So with the stream now, or the broadcast, going very well, I would say well, medium well. I'm very happy for all the guys always tuning in, but
30 seconds.
I will be racing myself again. And what I'm 100% am gonna race is Kyalami on Sunday. Kyalami is one of my favorite tracks, one of my top 3 tracks in the game. I'm not the fastest, but I do love the track. So it's gonna be a 100% Kyalami for me on Sunday, and it's gonna be a possible Misano for me tomorrow. As I do think Idodo does have the pace, but like he said a couple of times, I don't know how much of you guys are watching or reading Discord. He likes to start from the back in starter race. If there is not a lot, then it's not to blame anybody or to shame anybody like we always do, or always say. We don't do that always. We always say we don't want to do that. He just likes to challenge himself a little bit. If it's amateur races, if it's endurance races, if it's championship races, Idodo is there on the front. Setnet, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm a spectator. I'm a spectator doing the broadcast. I am not on track, so if you think it was me, don't be worried about it. It's just a broadcast from my side. I am not to be found. If you want to see me or hit me, I would have to push drive in the pit lane, and you can come up without a pit limiter. You can crash my car. I would never even make it out of the pits. But no worries, Setnet. You're fine. I do want to thank everybody watching though. We did hit a pretty big, or for me pretty big milestone together with you guys, the XCL community. We did hit 100 followers today on the XCL TV Twitch. We were already a affiliated member, and I've been thinking about I do see that, Craft Racer. I do see that because you just followed 3 hours ago, and I do like it. The Twitch broadcast, the XCL broadcast, is really picking up. We have more people watching. We have more people joining us in the chat. We have more people just interacting with us, and I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for XCL. It's a beautiful thing for the broadcast. It's a beautiful thing for the races. More races means more nice, like the recap we made of the Valencia multiclass. That's the kind of races we want. Good racing, hard racing. Guys follow each other, not just thinking like, this move, I'm gonna make this move, I'm gonna make the move stick. But for now, I'll be going to Helicam, because we are in a couple of seconds gonna start with the Misano Lab 1. We will be looking at all the action that's gonna be happening around here with P1. Already gone. Whoa! As we see a Porsche pulling off a McLaren, a BMW going left into the grass. A lot of guys having moments in the first 2 corners of Misano today. And we see another Porsche turned around. This is what I mean. We do have screens too short, accounts too short, as we see another guy into the grass. We have not enough eyes, not enough streams. I do need, like I said earlier in the month, or 2 weeks ago on my first week of broadcasting, we have not enough, nearly not enough accounts. If we would be having a proper broadcast, we would have had about five accounts, but that's not possible and that's not realistic. But if you're gonna be making your living room into a studio room, yeah, I'm gonna have to be making millions, guys, and it's just a hobby. We're helping out. Klorpte is paying me about a Big Mac per month, so that's about it. No, joking. It's not a Big Mac per month. It's just a hobby. It's free of charge. As we see Mini Moon doing a start of the second lap with the top 3 guys still close together, and 5 cars captured into one image at the moment with the start of the Misano race. We will be going back through the field, taking a look at gaps and more gaps. That's all we care about, and the people who have been watching us know we are always trying to capture all the action with these guys very close together. And I can go backwards even more, but we have a very tight midfield. And you are seeing that correctly. I do want to wait with Mr. Idodo in P19, with Idodo as having a massive start from the back of the field. We will be following him. He was already here, captured into this image, but Idodo having a massive start and a massive launch up onto a possible P3. And as we know, I said it, if he makes P3, I will be getting some more French lessons to grab a cold one in France. Thank you, Panzerbero. I did like our Discord interaction yesterday. Mucho gracias. My Spanish is not as good as you think it is, because I do know the standard words and I do know the narco words, but we won't be using the narco words on the broadcast, of course. I've been watching too much Netflix. I've been having too much time to watch series in general on the job. Dos cerveza. O cuatro cerveza. Cinco cerveza. Por favor. It's you, it's Panzabero, it's Manguela cerveza, and it's, who was the other guy? We had a third Spanish guy yesterday. Cinco or the seis cerveza. Idodo already P14. We have been watching him. Idodo is a rocket today. We are going to this battle over here, as we do want to see these guys up front. Much more important. P3 Gamble Jungle, a Ferrari and a BMW named Cal Mapon in P4. We do see so many guys, ladies and gentlemen. We do see Juan Garmen with Bassivrucht just behind him. Closest battle on track at the moment, just 1.5 tenths with Mr. Nick Hartman. Might be Dutch, might be German, might be Austrian. As we see him side by side. And just a little bit of backdoor, I don't want to say backdoor, how do you say that? A little bit of personal life experience with Mr. Bassivrucht. He likes clean racing, so I can say from the bottom of my heart, if you have this guy next to you going into a corner, I'm mostly the aggressive one, right? I'll always be trying to keep my move and trying to keep it going. Bossy is the one that's gonna be like, yes, I do want to pass you, I do know I'm faster, I do have the speed, but I do not want to the F word, I do not want to F my own race. So very, very gentle guy, also in real life. If you're ever gonna meet us together, he is gonna be the soft one. I'm gonna be a little bit angrier or a little bit more laid back man. With Mr. Mahoon going into the first corner with Craft Racer having the fastest lap, still behind him. We do have Weza and Wayne. Bayadodo is behind Wayne at the moment. I think we might be good, because these guys are all very, very close together. We are going to be focusing on Wayne, with Idodo being behind him, and then we're gonna be going up. Idodo is gonna be catching up. We're gonna be going to Wayne, to Danu, to Zeno, True Gamer. We will be going up through the field as Idodo is gonna be trying to make that P3 for an IRL beer with XCL broadcasting. I'm not that famous, but it might be worth the trip, guys. We do see Mini Mahoon and Craft Racer very, very close together for P1 and P2. As much as we love to see Idodo cutting through the field, this is what we want to see right now, as they are already right next beside each other. Going up into the last corner, and Craft Racer having a little moment, sliding that back end of the Ferrari. Ferrari, as the Italians would say. They're gonna slap me. They're gonna slap me. All the Italians in the Discord are gonna slap me after the race for saying Ferrari. Yes, we do see Idodo making a move on Dano. Idodo making the move stick. Dano keeping a nice free spot for Idodo to keep his car on track. Idodo P10. He's already made P10. We're gonna go to the timetables. 5 laps into the race and Idodo has gone from P40 to P10. I might be regretting my bet with Idodo, but we do love seeing guys cutting through the field. And we still have Craft Racer and Mini Moon having a very close battle for P1. That's the hard thing. That's the choices you make. Are we gonna be following Idodo for his chase through the field? Or will we be watching Mini Moon and Craft Racer for P1, P2? I am focusing on these two guys at the moment. With Gamble Jungle catching back up to them again. This is gonna be a 3-way battle anytime soon. So I'm sorry if you're an Idodo fan. I'm sorry if you're a Samuel Lin, Mr. Martinez fan. If you like Pretty Ugly, I'm very sorry, but we do have to make choices, and this is what we want to see at the moment, with a blue flagged Mustang in the mix, having to move for the top 3 guys. Doing so very well. David, that's true. We are looking at Craft Racer. I was talking to you guys, but I was on mute. That's the thing we do as a broadcaster. We press buttons and we forget to press the buttons again. But we did see a change for Craft Racer and Mini Moon. They were very close last lap. I was telling you guys about Craft Racer being beside Mini Moon, looking left and right, making changes. Gamble Jungle catching back up, and Idodo, we do want to see, of course, Idodo cutting through the field. But we do have to make choices. Do we want to see Idodo cutting back through the field? Do we want to see guys in last place battling, or do we want to see a battle for P1, P2? And I just said to you while I was on mute, I'm focusing on Craft Racer versus Mini Moon. The top guys, watching them battle, and Idodo, with no doubt in my mind, will at one point be joining these guys for a podium finish, cutting through the field like a knife. He is very fast and on fire. The longer these guys keep fighting with each other, the faster Idodo is gonna be catching up. Idodo making move after move with just 7 laps done. 7 laps, and went from P40, ladies and gentlemen, P40 with 2 guys having a DC. P40 already to P7 in 7 laps. That's pretty astonishing. So that's the choices we make. We are focusing on Craft Racer being in the yellow and green, or yellow and red Ferrari, with Mini Moon just right behind him in the black on black McLaren, and Gamble Jungle being the spectating third one at the moment, but possibly joining in the mix the longer these guys are battling. We do have Mr. Kutorm with Kutmul behind him. We have too much going on, but we do want to see everything. We do want to see everything, and that's what we're here for, trying to capture everything. Just as we looked at it, Mr. Kutor making a move on Mr. Kutmul, just when the camera is not watching. Here we have Swarley in the Mustang and Pamuknai, his first race on XCL. He joined XCL in October last year, what I've seen in the Discord, and this is his first multiplayer community race with XCL in the Nissan Godzilla. Godzilla was the R32, this being the R35. It's nicknamed the Godzilla, but it's not the true Godzilla. We will be going back to P1 with Craft Racer just going wide a little bit, and Mr. Mini Mahoon sticking his nose up the inside, and Gamble Jungle having catch back up. This is a three-way battle at the moment, and we will not be switching any moment. This is what we want to see, and this is what we are gonna be following. We're gonna be going to follow Craft Racer so we can see Mini Mahoon and Gamble Jungle just right behind him. With Mini Mahoon having a bad exit and Craft Racer catching back up. Long straight. If you're gonna be the front guy, you're gonna be worried about a little toe. But Mini Mahoon taking and keeping P1. With Sven Botermans, a very Dutch name. I can't even pronounce this name other than Dutch. Sven Botermans being either Dutch or Belgian, catching back up to these guys quickly. He was 2 seconds away from these guys when they were battling. He is now 1.1 behind them. So if I'm not gonna be mistaken, Sven Botermans is gonna be catching back up to these guys. With Idodo being in P6, about 1, 2, 5 and 4, that's 9, about 10 and 11 seconds away from P1. As we did see somebody spinning around, I think it was a Porsche. Did we see that correctly? We did see a green car standing or turning around. I can't find him that quickly, and I don't want to cause you all epilepsy or some shit like that. As they just passed Manu Suzuki in the blue Lamborghini. Where is Manu Suzuki? Manu Suzuki is in P30. But this whole thing is breaking up the top 3 guys. With Idodo now behind El Criso. We will be watching Idodo going for his move to make it into the top 5. He was very hesitant to say before the race, I'm happy to be finishing top 5, starting from 40th position. But he is, in fact, at the moment, with still 12 minutes to go, in P5. He just made a move on the inside of El Criso. Idodo having made his goal and is now gonna be chasing for a broadcasting beer in France. With Mini Mahoon just having passed a blue flag BMW and Gamble Jungle P2. But we do have Craft Racer P11 with about 1.6 behind P10 before he starts having trouble. He is already past P10 and he is now chasing Manguela Cervera. The yellow-blue BMW. Manguela Cervera, Craft Racer, was P2 behind Mini Mahoon, being in a battle, having pitted early, trying to have a look up on the inside. That's the problem with pitting early. You might be faster. You might be faster on pure pace, as he is having a little moment. I won't say little, a big moment coming out that corner with a lot of oversteer and falling back to P12. Falling back to P12, having to make a move on Mitch and Manguela Cervera again. But that's the problem what I was talking about. Pitting early to avoid a fight in the front can make you have a fight with the guys that have slower pace than you in the midfield. So my guess is Craft Racer is gonna be losing a lot of time and even probably falling back between P4 and maybe even P5 Idodo when he finally has a view when these guys have pitted. As we do have Mr. Mini Mahoon with Gamble Jungle just behind him, and Sven Bodemans still catching up slowly, not as fast as he did before, but he is catching up. And Gamble Jungle going into the pits. So Craft Racer having done his pit, we will be following Craft Racer and see if Gamble Jungle made the right decision to keep battling, keep chasing, or if maybe Craft Racer has had a stroke of genius and is gonna be passing Gamble Jungle. From my guess, and like I always say, my guesses have been wrong in the past, him being behind Manguela Cervera again, very hard to do an early pit stop and fighting your way through the field to catch back up to the guys you have been battling with. It's almost always better as a front guy to pit later. As we look at Gamble Jungle, already way in front of Craft Racer. They were very close together when Craft Racer went into the pits. So Craft Racer lost a lot of time. I think I saw 1.8, 1.9, about 2 seconds, maybe even more. But we do have 8.5 seconds gap. They were close together, lost about 8 seconds fighting his way through the field. As we do see True Gamer in the orange McLaren, Kutmul behind him in the Porsche, and Kutorm right behind him. This is 3 guys trying to stay close to each other, possibly battling for position. And we do see Mr. Pamuknai with Manu Suzuki behind him, making a move on the inside. Mr. Big Dog, he might be a bell end, But to be fair, I'm a bellend on the broadcast too. So personal opinions are always personal, right? I do not want to, like I always say, I'm not a steward. I'm not the one making decisions. I'm not the one racing these guys. I do race in XCL, but yes, we are not the ones to drop a certain ban hammer or decision hammer. we're all waiting on stewards and admins to play the role of bell and hammer, I guess. Good evening, Duck Boss. I bet you had a great 2 days of racing with Idodo, looking left and right at Mr. Meatball. Meatball, what I have seen on XCL, always driving long stint. This guy is possibly gonna be stretching it until the last lap, with Idodo going on the inside while Meatball outbrakes himself. Idodo now P3, Meatball P4, but Gamble Jungle already pitted and Meatball taking the inside by Idodo. Idodo outbraking himself with a rare mistake, but this is what's making it exciting. And that Mustang being a beast on the straight is, I was gonna say being a pain for Idodo to pass, but Meatball just going wide onto the marbles and having no grip at all. Idodo now virtually in P2 with Sven Bodemans going into the pits, Meatball going into the pits, and just Mini Mahoon and Idodo left on track with Idodo 7.6 seconds behind Mini Mahoon. I might be regretting that little deal I made with Idodo of having a beer in France. Shall we change the deal, guys, while Idodo is racing? Shall we change the deal and make it a very romantic beer in the city of love, named Paris? Craft Racer back in P6. He has lost so much time pitting early. Like you're backing away from a fight you don't want to fight because it's costing you time, and you do know if you're gonna be pitting early with 20 minutes to go in the race, you're gonna be falling back a long way. If you're in the front, I would always go for a long stint. That's just my tip. I don't want to see next broadcast, of course. I don't want to see 40 guys going until the last 2 minutes and then all 40 cars going into the pits at the same time. We don't want to see that, but think about it. You're fighting in the front. You're gonna be pitting. You're gonna be falling back through the field. You're gonna be coming back in. And you're gonna be having to fight guys that are slower than you but are able to defend because they're not a blue flag. They don't have to make room, it's all for position. You might have pitted, and the guy in front of you might have not pitted, it's still fighting for position. As we look at True Gamer being chased by Mr. Kutmul, Mr. J. Rantanen. And we do see Manguela Cervera and Weza. Weza already made the move and we are too late. And Mr. Bassie Vrucht just being passed by Wayne. Wayne 1878, normally a trusted viewer on the broadcast. But we are going to Idodo in P1 at the moment, making his pit stop. We will be going to Helicam and trying to follow Mr. Gamble Jungle. Where is Idodo gonna be coming back? I hope as Gamble Jungle is going on to the start finish straight, we are gonna see Idodo going out of the pit exit and just going in front of Gamble Jungle. Idodo having done his pit stop. And going out of the pit right now with Gamble Jungle through the first corner. Idodo not out of the pits yet, so it's gonna be a maximum top 3 as we just see him almost in one camera capture for the last lap. And Idodo is not gonna be making this up. It's gonna be a Gamble Jungle P1, a Sven Bodemans P2 and an Idodo P3 with Idodo going very, very wide. We do want to stay in this camera though. I'm gonna go to Sven Bodemans, so we can see all of them. We can see all of them in one camera. It's the Helicam. I'm excused for the helicopter blade noises, but this is what we want to see. A last lap battle. The top 3 guys. Idodo catching up fast. We know he's quick. We still have the last sector to go. Everything to play for. People might be nervous. People might be making mistakes. Thank you 13 Devils. And we do see Gamble Jungle going into the last corner, going up to the finish, and this is gonna be our top 3 guys. Top 3 guys: Gamble Jungle, Sven Bodemans, and Idodo in P3 doing a 360, trying a 360 with Mini Mahoon in P4. And we will be switching back to the cameras, and we have this battle going on over here for P9. Last corner. We do still have Mr. Bassivrucht having a drive-through penalty. He's not going to be serving before the end of the race. So, and as we see Mitch having oversteer, having a moment, going wide, being just behind Bassivrucht, but losing out in the last lap. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Last laps are so stressful. If you're not going to be cool as a cucumber, if you're not going to be Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, you will be sweating, especially in these temperatures. Yes, I know. I was talking about it this race. P7, P10, I was saying I might be having regrets on making that bet with you, but that's a P3. That's gonna be a French beer. Mr. Ben Rally, I think your in-game name is different than your Discord name, but yes. And Craft Racer, I did see you pit early, having to fight your way back through the field, having more pace, and that is always hard. Like, you think you're losing time by fighting with the top guys, but all in all, it's always better to do a late stop, because you're gonna be having more pace than the guys in midfield. But all in all, guys, a great starter event. Not too many issues besides the first lap, not what I have seen. I do want to thank everybody. I will be racing Kyalami on Sunday. and I might be doing Misano tomorrow if it's not too hot. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining the chat. And Craft Racer, your first race since 2023. That's a great result. So I will be seeing you all later, and I hope you have a nice day, nice evening, nice afternoon, wherever you are. Goodbye, and see you next time.